Hey foodies, welcome back to our culinary journey. Today we're unlocking the secrets of a classic comfort food that's a surefire crowd pleaser, southern fried chicken. This recipe is not just about frying chicken, it's about creating an experience that's bound to make your taste buds dance with joy. No wonder this dish has become a staple in homes and restaurants around the globe. Now, before we dive into this finger-licking good adventure, do us a favor. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more lip-smacking recipes. This way, you'll never miss out on the deliciousness we're cooking up here. Are you ready to roll up your sleeves and fry up some chicken? Let's get this culinary show on the road. Let's fry up some chicken. All right, here are the ingredients you'll need. To kick things off, we'll need some plump, juicy chicken pieces. I'm using a mix of drumsticks and thighs, but feel free to use your favorite. To make our chicken extra crispy, we'll be using all-purpose flour. Buttermilk is a must for that tangy flavor and tender texture. Now, the spices. Our chicken wouldn't be complete without a generous seasoning of salt and pepper. To add a touch of southern flair, we'll also need a blend of spices. I'm using a mix of paprika, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. This combination will give our chicken a fantastic kick. And lastly, we'll need some vegetable oil for frying. Remember, we're aiming for a golden crispy finish, and this oil will ensure that we get just that. That's it for our ingredients. Don't worry about jotting everything down. I'll also leave the full recipe in the description box below. First things first, we need to prepare our chicken. Now, when it comes to southern fried chicken, the preparation is crucial, and that starts with choosing the right pieces. Today, I've opted for a mix of drumsticks and thighs, but feel free to use your favorite parts. Remember, it's your kitchen, and the star of the show should be something you love. Once you've got your chicken pieces ready, it's time for a little pat down. Grab some paper towels and gently pat each piece dry. This step might seem mundane, but believe me, it's essential for achieving that crispy golden crust we all crave. Moisture is the enemy of crispiness, so make sure you don't skip this part. All right, now that our chicken is nice and dry, it's time to infuse some flavor. And how do we do that? With a generous seasoning, of course. Salt and pepper are our base, adding that fundamental savory touch. But don't stop there. This is your chance to get creative and add a personal twist to your dish. I'm going to add a blend of my favorite spices, which adds a fantastic kick and depth of flavor to the coating. When seasoning, don't hold back. Be liberal with your spices and make sure to get every nook and cranny. This isn't just about the surface, we want flavor in every bite. And remember to season both sides of your chicken pieces. It's all about balance after all. And there you have it, folks. Our chicken is prepped and ready for the next stage. But before we move on, take a moment to admire your handiwork. Look at those beautifully seasoned pieces just waiting to be transformed into crispy, juicy delights. That's the beauty of cooking, isn't it? The anticipation of delicious things to come. Make sure to coat each piece thoroughly. And remember, the key to fantastic southern fried chicken lies in the preparation. So take your time, enjoy the process, and get ready for some finger-licking goodness. Next up, the dredging station. Now this is where the magic begins to unfold. We've got our all-purpose flour here, seasoned with more of those tantalizing spices we mentioned earlier. The spice-infused flour is not just a coating, it's an envelope that locks in all the flavors and juiciness of the chicken. But we're not stopping at a single dip. Oh no, we're going for a double dip, an age-old secret passed down from generations of Southern cooks. This double dipping process is the key to achieving that perfect, irresistible crunch we all crave. So, how does it work? It's simple, really. First, take a piece of your seasoned chicken and roll it around in the flour, making sure it's completely covered. This first layer of flour is going to help the buttermilk stick to the chicken. Next, dip the flour-coated chicken into a bowl of rich, creamy buttermilk. You'll want to ensure that every inch of the chicken gets a good soak. The buttermilk acts as a binder, adhering the flour to the chicken and creating a thick, hearty coating that'll fry up to a beautiful golden brown. Finally, it's back into the flour for a second round of dredging. This second dip in the flour will add an extra layer of crunch to our fried chicken. It's this double dipping process that gives southern fried chicken its signature crispy, craggy exterior. And there you have it. Your chicken is now ready for the skillet. But remember, the magic of the dredging station lies in its process, the double dip. It's not just a step in the recipe, it's a tradition, a technique, and most importantly, the secret to that irresistible crunch. Trust me, this is the secret to that irresistible crunch. Now it's time for the magic to happen. It's time to transform these humble chicken pieces into a mouth-watering, crispy delight. It's frying time, my friends. This is where our southern fried chicken truly comes to life. We're going to start by heating up some vegetable oil in a cast iron skillet. Why cast iron, you ask? Well, it's all about heat retention. Cast iron skillets are excellent at maintaining a steady temperature, which is crucial when frying chicken. You want your chicken to cook evenly, and a sudden drop or spike in temperature can result in a less than perfect outcome. Now, you might be wondering, what's the ideal temperature for frying chicken? We're aiming for 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 175 degrees Celsius. But don't worry if you don't have a kitchen thermometer. A handy trick is to drop a small piece of bread into the oil. If it sizzles and turns golden in about 60 seconds, your oil is ready. Now, remember those beautifully dredged chicken pieces we prepared earlier? It's their time to shine. Carefully, and I mean very carefully, place the chicken into the hot oil. Be sure to avoid overcrowding the skillet. You don't want the chicken pieces touching. They need their personal space to achieve that perfect golden brown crust. And now, we wait. Frying chicken isn't a race. It's a slow and steady process. You might be tempted to crank up the heat and speed things up, but resist that urge. Cooking at a steady, moderate temperature ensures that your chicken cooks thoroughly without burning the outside. As your kitchen fills up with that delicious, irresistible aroma of frying chicken, it's important to remember to flip your pieces occasionally. This ensures even cooking and browning. We're looking at about 15 to 18 minutes of frying time here, but this isn't a hard and fast rule. The exact timing can vary based on the size of your chicken pieces and the exact temperature of your oil. What you're really looking for is that gorgeous golden brown color. And how about checking if the chicken is cooked through? Well, the most reliable way is to use a meat thermometer. Insert it into the thickest part of the chicken, avoiding the bone. It should read 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. If you don't have a thermometer, you can make a small cut into the thickest part of the chicken. If the juices run clear and the meat is no longer pink, it's done. Fry each side until it's golden brown and cooked through about 15-18 minutes. And just like that, you've mastered the art of frying chicken. It's a simple process, but one that requires patience and attention to detail. But trust me, the end result is worth every minute. Happy frying! Look at this golden goodness. Feast your eyes on this culinary masterpiece. The Southern fried chicken, in all its glory, sits before us, looking absolutely mouth-watering. The deep, golden brown crust is a testament to the perfect frying temperature we achieved. You can almost hear the symphony of crunches as you imagine biting into this crispy delight. The spices have created a beautiful speckled pattern on the crust, a hint at the flavor explosion within. As you look closer, you can see the steam delicately rising from the hot chicken, an inviting sign of its fresh, piping hot status straight out of the pan. It's a tantalizing sight, isn't it? Each drumstick and thigh, perfectly coated and fried, is a piece of comfort food heaven. This is what Southern fried chicken is all about. Crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, absolute perfection. All right, moment of truth. It's time to experience the culmination of our culinary journey. The golden brown beauty of our Southern fried chicken is simply irresistible. It's time to see if it tastes as good as it looks. There's an intoxicating aroma wafting up, a blend of spices and that irresistible scent of well-cooked chicken. It's the kind of smell that makes your mouth water in anticipation. I'm going to pick up this piece right here. It has an ideal balance of crispy coating to succulent meat. Just listen to this. Oh, can you hear that? That's the sound of a perfectly crispy skin. It's music to a foodie's ears. Now the real test, the first bite. The crunch is immediate, that coating breaking away to reveal the juicy chicken beneath. The spices hit you next, a symphony of flavors playing a beautiful melody on your tongue. There's a slight heat, but it's balanced by the cool creaminess of the buttermilk. Then comes the chicken itself, tender and juicy, soaking up the flavors of the spices and the subtle sweetness of the buttermilk. It's a perfect harmony of textures and tastes. It's the kind of bite that makes you close your eyes and just enjoy the moment. As you continue to chew, the flavors start to blend together, creating a profile that's complex and satisfying. The heat, the spice, the crunch, the tender chicken, all working together to create a dish that's more than the sum of its parts. This is the kind of meal that brings comfort, joy, and a sense of satisfaction. It's a testament to the beauty of Southern cooking, a cuisine that's all about soul and flavor. It's a dish that's as comforting as a warm blanket on a cold day, as satisfying as a well-told story. It's a classic for a reason, and it's a dish that everyone should try at least once. And there you have it. The proof is in the tasting. This Southern fried chicken is a winner. It's finger-licking good, just as promised. It's a dish that delivers on all fronts, from the crunchy coating to the juicy chicken, from the blend of spices to the satisfying crunch. This is a recipe that you need to try. Whether you're a seasoned cook or a beginner in the kitchen, this is a dish that's sure to impress. It's a recipe that's as fun to make as it is to eat. If you enjoyed this recipe, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you want to see next in the comments below. I'm always looking for new ideas and inspiration, and I love hearing from you. So don't be shy. Drop a comment and let's get the conversation started. Remember, cooking is an adventure, and every meal is a chance to explore new flavors and techniques. So get in the kitchen, try this recipe, and discover the joy of Southern fried chicken for yourself. It's a journey worth taking. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. We've journeyed through the process of making Southern fried chicken, a dish that's a classic favorite, a comfort food that speaks to the soul. It's that perfect mix of crispy exterior and tender inside, a dance of flavors and textures that truly make it finger-licking good. Now it's your turn. It's time to take this recipe into your own hands, to bring your kitchen to life with the sizzle and aroma of frying chicken. Remember, this is more than just a cooking process. It's an experience. It's about the joy of creating something delicious, of sharing a meal with your loved ones, and making memories around the dinner table. Don't forget to make it your own. Feel free to experiment with spices, to add your own personal touch. After all, the beauty of cooking lies in its creativity and versatility. And when you do try this recipe, I'd love to see your creations. Share your Southern fried chicken moments on social media. Tag me so I can see how you've brought this recipe to life. Cooking is a journey we're on together, and your experiences, your feedback, they're all part of this delicious adventure. I promise you, there are many more recipes to come. We'll explore more comfort foods, dive into different cuisines, and discover new flavors together. So, make sure to stay tuned for more culinary adventures. Remember, cooking isn't about perfection. It's about passion, about love, and about sharing. So, don't be afraid to roll up your sleeves, to make a mess, to have fun. Because in the end, it's not just about the dish, it's about the journey. So here's to more delicious journeys, to more finger-licking good moments. Thank you for being part of this adventure. And remember, the world is your kitchen and you are the chef. So go on, create, explore, and most importantly, enjoy. Until next time, happy cooking.